Cecil.
Are you ready to go wide?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Go wide or go home. That's what I always say. Yeah.
Welcome to Unboxing, where we pay tribute to our donors. People who've gone to welcometothebasementshow.com to contribute to our show. And we're going to open the contents of our mailbag, the exciting things that people send us. If you're wondering why we're wearing these kooky clothes, then you need to check out the previous episode of Welcome to the Basement, where we watch Suspiria for Halloween and dress up in costume.
Yes, this is a costume.
Now let's thank some of our donors, people such as
Martina, Kyle, Jacqueline, David, Sierra, Dan, Maurizio, Rebecca, Graham, Robert, Sarah, Danielle, Jonathan, Corey, and Lewis. Thank you all.
But that's not all. We're going to get to the rest of them later in the show. We've got our old friend Andrew, who sent us a postcard with some dolphins on it.
Ooh, nice. Dolphins from below.
Henry, who took a recent trip to Wisconsin. This is from Devil's Lake. But he also visited Madison, and he paid a visit to the Willie Street Co-op, where we shot Chad Vader. He was very excited about that.
Right down the street from my house.
This is from Emily. She is studying at Clark University. This is the only American university that Sigmund Freud visited.
Oh, really?
They got so excited about it, they built a statue of him.
Oh.
They just built it. They hired a statue builder.
Yep.
I believe they're called builders. And here's a postcard from Graham, who says, "Here's to October and all things Dia de Muertas." And this is from the Peterson family, Shelby, Gwen, and Misty, from their vacation to Oahu.
Oh, wahoo.
Look how big that is.
That's a huge postcard.
You've got a letter there. Why don't you open that up?
It is a postcard with us on it.
Oh,
There's you
wow.
and me, there's Ernesto, and there's the Brooklyn Bridge. This was from Janet and Tim and Vince.
They also gave us a generous donation here, so thanks for that. I saw that shadow. It was a hanged munchkin. Soundtrack by Ima Sumac in Great Distress. Tension, the movie. It's Kiefer Sutherland from Dark City. The Cabernet cam is in full working order.
It's a shot I've never seen before.
The front door is on the left, but their footsteps are going to the right.
I think I've suddenly become telepathic. But only with movies, because I can't hear what you're thinking. I hate Matt Sloan. I will get him.
That's what you're thinking, Matt.
A lot of the stuff people send us in our P.O. Box is records, and when you send them, I listen to them. So I'm going to review a few of those right now. First off, we have Elvis Perkins, Ash Wednesday. This guy sounds like a folky Neutral Milk Hotel.
Oh.
So I think you probably would really like this. Alila Diane, About Farewell. I don't really know what to make of this. I sort of feel like I have to listen to it again because it's kind of, I don't really know how to describe it. You hear the first song and you think, okay, I know how this is going to sound. And then you hear the second song and it sounds completely different. So, yeah, this is some really complex stuff. And lastly, we have Bob Dylan, World Gone Wrong. This is his album of folk blues songs from the 20s and 30s. Bob Dylan singing old folk songs, that's like bread and butter.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he probably released this at a time in his career when the world cared the least about this type of music. So if he released this today, everyone would...
They'd give him some sort of big prize.
Congratulations, Mr. Dylan, recent Nobel laureate.
All right, now what? Scuttlebutt?
Now, don't call me Scuttlebutt. Now we're going to do questions.
Sean Gross asks, have you ever watched a movie where at the end of the film you have to sit and evaluate your life after, or a film that has changed your life or made a big impact on you? The Japanese movie from around 1998 called Afterlife. It is a movie about what happens to people after they die. They go to this way station where you have to think of the greatest moment of your life. They film it for you, and that's what you get to watch for the rest of eternity. And so you spend the entire movie thinking, would it be that? Would it be this? But at the same time, it's a very engrossing movie, and just beautiful because it's a movie about filmmakers as well.
This printing is too small. Where are my God damn it. I cannot find my glasses.
Your reading glasses? Let's see.
I am too...
There they are.
I am too
yeah,
old.
you
I
did
am
it.
too
I
old.
knew you could.
I'm 1 week from retirement.
Oh, no.
I am an old Russian woman. Kate Camacho writes, if you could go back in time and gift one film experience to your younger self to help them through all the crazy that is the early 20s, what would it be? I would travel back in time from the year 2000 to the year 1995 with a VHS dubbed copy, because I didn't have a DVD player back then, of the film High Fidelity. When I was in the mid-90s, which was my mid-20s, I was listening to a lot of shitty music. And it wasn't... I was also listening to a lot of good music, but I was just in a malaise. I was hearing songs on the radio and thinking, oh, I kind of like that song after the first time hearing it. I'm going to go out and buy that album. Fool me once, Alanis Morissette. Shame on you. You didn't fool me twice. High Fidelity is about a lot of things, but the one thing it's about is music. And it's about a love of music, and it's about how music interweaves into your entire life, even if you're not these list-obsessed record store clerks. And seeing that movie really kind of jolted me out of that malaise. And I was like, I need to go to the record store, and I need to dig deep. And I need to rediscover what I love about this stuff. And so I wish I could have done that a few years earlier and skipped all those shitty years of buying Offspring albums and then listening to them and thinking, I don't like this. But I bought it, and so now I feel like I have to listen to it.
And at that time in your life, it's an expensive...
Yeah, exactly.
It's an expensive thing.
I can barely pay my rent. Why am I buying the new Blues Traveler album?
Yes. I looked at that question a lot, and I could just never think of one. But right now, having heard you say that, I would say High Fidelity. But for different reasons. Yes, it would get me on the better track for music, but I would also have been warned about relationships and the proper way of obsessing and what the valuable thing is about relationships.
We got a lot of packages this week, so let's get to opening.
This is from Mark in Fulton, New York. It's a big sack of postcards. Pro Football Hall of Fame. I don't think these things are in Fulton. He's been a fan of Welcome to the Basement since episode 1. That's all the way back to Nanook.
This package is from Christy in Canada. She has sent us some postcards. Cartoon-themed postcards. That's fun.
Check it out, The Roadrunner in Calgary.
Christy, if you may recall, sent us the movie Help, I'm a Fish, and she was real excited about us doing Cartoon June. So she sent along some more animated movies. We have got The Swan Princess, Little Nemo Adventures in Slumberland, Japanese film there, and The Nutcracker Prince. And she said the postcards were from the 90s, and her grandpa had stashed them away in his desk. So she's passed them on to us.
Thank you. Amber of Billings, Montana, where 90 and 94 meet. Ba-da-bump. There we go. It's West Side Story. Tonight, you got a record tonight. There you go.
I might listen to this tonight. And now the Zatoichi Report. My quest to watch all 25 Zatoichi sequels in 2016 continues.
Can he do it? Stay tuned to find out.
You know, Craig, I've had such a busy 2 weeks that I've barely had any time for myself. So this afternoon, I was forced to sit down and watch the Zatoichi movie for tonight's Zatoichi Report.
Oh, so this is
hot off the presses.
Hot off the presses. Okay, yes.
Speaking of hot, it's called Zatoichi Goes to the Fire Festival.
Ooh.
Number 21 in the series. I was about a half hour in and I thought, this isn't one of my favorites. I don't think this one's very good. When I got to the end, I realized that it's the best one in the series, Craig.
Really?
Yes. The first half of the movie is so meandering and seemingly plotless, and it consists of these weird scenes and these strange comic interludes that seem to have nothing to do with the plot. But in the second half of the movie, all of the pieces fall together. There is a battle in a bathhouse between Zatoichi and like 25 naked dudes, and it is the strangest and bloodiest thing of all of the Zatoichi series. If I had to recommend one of these, I think so far it would be number 21.
Wow.
And it takes him a long time to get to the Fire Festival, and the Fire Festival ain't what you expect it to be. And now we thank the rest of our donors. Patrick, Jared, Emily, Joe, Sean, Miriam, Stefan, Malcolm, Benjamin, Luke, Bet, Michael, Anne, Ewan, Maura, Pip from the UK, who says thanks for the amazing work you do, Mass from Denmark, and Johnny from Sweden. I think you'd be interested to know that tonight's poem was the first one I wrote of this series, way back in 2014. It is inspired by a viewing of the short film Night and Fog.
Oh, that's a...
Yeah, heavy stuff.
Night and Fog is an early Holocaust movie, sort of documentary.
And it's called March 4th, 2014. Alain Renier died 3 days ago. Night and Fog is the horror of real life, more intense than any horror film. The horror of history and the darkest digression of human development. A time and a place where humans treated other humans worse than pigs in a slaughterhouse. Blank eyes and faces, claw marks on the concrete. Hip bones like knife blades. A bulldozer plowing bodies in dirt. The mind can barely fathom it. This film should be shown to all high school freshmen. You are adults now. You should see what evil looks like and the horrors that humanity is capable of creating. Now go forth and be good to each other.
I keep forgetting that I'm dressed like this.
All right, let's open the rest of them packages.
Yes, we'll do that.
This is from Nicholas. Hey guys, huge fan of the show. Going to start sending you guys some more anime movies in the future. Please enjoy one of my favorite dark fantasy stories, Berserk.
Alexander from Andover, Massachusetts. Darkman.
Oh yeah.
Liam Neeson, one of his early lead performances.
His first lead role? Or?
I don't know if it's his first, but Sam Raimi did this. I've been wanting to watch this. And also, Running on Empty. Sidney Lumet. Maybe the only River Phoenix movie I have not seen a frame of.
The final package from Thomas Alva Epley, and he says this is his favorite album cover. This is what all jazz fusion would sound like if we lived in a much more merciful world. We've got a little bit of Frank Zappa, Hot Rats.
I never had my Frank Zappa phase. Eventually you just get to a point where it's like, it's just too late. I can't get into Zappa now. Where would I start?
I disagree. I don't like his comedy. I like his jazz. And I like his compositions. But I don't like it when he's like, don't eat the yellow snow.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not funny. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm going to turn off the lights and get weird.
That's a whole lot of unboxing we just did there.
I think we've done all of the unboxing. And so now it is time to end the unboxing show. Thank you for joining us, and you can watch the new episode of Welcome to the Basement coming out this Friday.
We'll be there.
I have no idea you are so strong-willed. I see that